Well, we think that money is one of our biggest concerns, and we think that money is one of the biggest problems. It actually isn't. In fact, we don't really care about that thing, and we certainly don't care about those bills, these paper bills or the debit cards or those numbers. We don't. They're as good as monopoly money, except the meaning and the power that we've given it. But even still, we don't really care about it. We care about something much deeper. Because money is of the dream world. Money it's this idea that we've had inside of this illusory game that we're playing. But it's a trick. And yet we get so bent out of shape when we don't have it, or we don't think we have enough. And we get so excitable when we think when we do have more, or when we think more is coming. And it rules us. It really rules our well-being and takes up so much headspace and so much of our time. It can absolutely annihilate a day if we get a bill or have something happen that requires more money. I mean, it can absolutely derail everything because we're governed by this idea that we have to survive this life. And not only do we have to survive it, because majority of us have enough money to survive, but not only are we trying to survive it, but then we're trying to make something of ourselves and establish wealth and have some meaning and purpose and look good and be king of the castle, queen of Instagram, have the greatest style and the best wardrobe and coolest car out there. We're governed by that if we believe we're who we think we are. And yet the only way to peace is one. You can only think about one thing, really. One thing that, all these things that branch to one. But you can really think only about one thing, or else you suffer. And that is love. That is God. That is truth. That is this present moment. All of those things point to one thing: bliss. And money is too. Money is not real, especially when you understand that you are infinite awareness and you are bliss. You are love. You are peace. And so if you're thinking about money, you're thinking about two. You think it's outside of you. You think that you're human and you have something to survive. And so it causes a great deal of suffering and rules your life. And no matter what kind of career or what kind of schooling, or even if you get a fusion of, inheritance or even a lottery win, no amount of money is ever going to suffice if you think you're human. Look at all the billionaires that are still earnestly working themselves to the grave. Why? They're not satisfied because they want to be bigger than the other, in competition. They think they have something to prove. They think they're human. And there's no way they could spend all that money and do all these things in their lifetime with it unless they wanted to give it all away. So it's not really even about survival for them as much as the survival of their ego and how it looks. And then it's about, establishing their self-worth. Trying to make something, a legacy of themselves by being the richest person alive. All of this is too. All of this is separation. All of this is in the world of a dream, the illusion. Because from infinite awareness, there is no need. There are no problems, and there is no money. Everything just is. Everything is taken care of, and everything only exists in one moment, which is now. It's all right here, right now. And so the way to peace and the way to bliss with your money is to live wholeheartedly right now and to focus your attention on one. Bliss, love, peace, God, solely it. You know, those are all just different words for the same thing. They're all one. And when you look out here, train your mind to start seeing it all as one. This is one thing within God's mind, the infinite intelligence, infinite awareness, divinity, whatever names you want to call these things, it's all within one. We're all together in this. In fact, we're all not even real. We're holograms. We're holograms of light. And so we don't have anything to survive unless we believe ourselves to be mortal, fleshy humans. Then we have everything to survive. You know, we do have to stock up and make a castle for ourselves and a bomb shelter and make sure nothing happens to it. And then not only has it got to be sufficient, but then it's got to be the most beautiful. And then people got to worship us for that. And then even that won't suffice. Then we got to be the billionaire that's, you know, outshining the others. Because the ego is just never satisfied. The human is just never satisfied. It sees multiplicity. It sees everything but one. None of this is wrong. This is by design. But it all leads to suffering. It all leads to emptiness. It all leads to never enough. It leads to drooling humans fighting for everything, never content, always wanting more. So much unrest. So right now, if you feel you're in need of money, if you feel any sort of lack, it's because your attention's on two. You and something outside of you. You're believing this dream to be real. You're believing yourself to be real. You're believing that this is incomplete and that there's something wrong with this in this moment. You believe that there's this equals this too. I do this to get this. Cause and effect. You believe in yesterday and tomorrow. Then and now, or then in the next thing. There's only one. Now, 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 now. You can only have bliss now. It's all you got to think about. And I believe you probably have heard this all before. You probably know this, but we're just training the mind over and over again to come back right now. This is perfect. This is love. This is God. This is not even real. This is a holographic dream world. So if you're looking to train your mind and you need to use your thoughts, start thinking about what you love. Start appreciating what's in front of you. Literally start, I'm so grateful for this water. Because I'm telling you, this water is precious. The moment's not there. Everything's gonna be gone at some point. So appreciate it. But you don't need to see lack, just be appreciative right now. Just see it as one perfect thing. appreciate the plants, appreciate the sky. But I encourage you to go even deeper than that and to be still. Learn to quiet the mind. Doesn't mean you need to sit and just meditate, but just relax the mind, because that's where the ultimate bliss is. It's in nothing. It's in this stillness. So when money fears come up, you can welcome them. Don't ever tell it no. Welcome it. Make it one thing. It's not separate of you. Just welcome it. It's not you, but just welcome it. Because you're love. You're God. You have nothing to fear. Welcome that fear. Or sit still and just watch it. You do this as many times as you have to. Day after day, hour after hour. Every time a freak out about money comes up, you just pull it into your heart. Let it just be there. You just love it. Pat it on the back. It's not you. It's not real. Because you're love. You're just this one thing. You're love. You love yourself. You are love itself. So you just take that fear and you're just like, come here. Shine the light on it. Your eternal light. It's like a passing cloud. It'll float by or it'll disappear. It'll change, I guarantee it. It will not stay. Now it could stay for an hour, it could stay for a minute. But every time it comes up, just watch it. This is transmutation. You're just taking that energy, you're taking those thoughts that aren't real and you're just making them into light. You're making them one. You're making them into bliss. You don't really have to say or do anything, but just watch it and know that it's not real and it's not you. And by saying yes, you're turning that into a divine setback. You're taking what feels awful and you're alchemizing it and turning it into love, into one thing. You're making everything into one. You're seeing this all as one, and you realize it's not separate. It's just one thing, and I'm just gonna love it. And I saw it as two, and now I realize it's all just one. It's all, showing me the light of truth. And in terms of the money, you just watch it with love over and over and over again. That fear will start to dissipate, and you will be guided if there's anything you need to do for money. And money will just start working itself out. Your needs will be taken care of. All your mind has to do is focus on one thing: love. How can I love more? What can I give my love to? How can I feel bliss? How can I love these sensations coming up? How can I love? I see a bill coming. I'm just gonna love the feelings of that. Give love to it. Give love to what that bill represents. Thank you for those credit cards that allowed me to shop. Thank you for that bill that allowed me to have water or electricity. Thank you for that car payment that gave me a great car. Thank you for that IRS bill that allows me to live in a city. Turn it all into love. Turn it all into one thing. Nothing is separate. It's all one. I need more money. Love it. Love that experience. I love this moment. I love the simplicity of this moment. I love what's being given to me right now. I love how I'm being taken care of right now. I am one with all things. All my needs are met. I trust the divine timing that everything will come my way exactly when it's meant to. Money shows up. Money shows up in peculiar ways. I found $100 in a book a couple days ago. why was there $100 in this book? The day before, I went to the mailbox and there was a check that I was supposed to get 11 years ago. 11 years ago, I was supposed to get this check from a bank. And I got it 11 years later. And that money was right on time, both the one in the book and one in the mail. Divinely on time. Divinely when it would appear that this one, needed it. It's so laughable. Be guided into what work you should do if you need to work. If work's the way that it's going to come. Work's one way, but there's a lot of ways. Because this is all a dream, things can happen any which way. But stay focused on love. Stay focused on inner peace. And when you don't feel that, bring it in. Just give it love. Welcome it. Be kind to it. Pat it on the back. All is well. Right now, 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 all is well.